So to give you an idea, I started collecting data on January 3rd, 2017. I successfully defended my dissertation on April 11th, 2017. 4 months. 4 months from data collection, analysis, and writing. I would not suggest this to anyone. No, it was not a good time. That was just what I had to do in order to graduate by May, like my advisor said I was going to, because I was out of time. We could talk about that another time. Hi everyone, Marvette here. I'm your dissertation coach. I help people understand and apply qualitative research so that they can successfully defend their dissertation, graduate, and become doctor. Today I am going to be talking about the 4 unexpected things that I learned from my own dissertation process. People often ask me, do I have any advice to give? Did I wish I knew before I started the process? Anything they think that would be helpful? I'm going to say, which I'm sure you've heard, that the dissertation is a very individualized process. No two people have the same process. Life is still happening while you're doing this dissertation. That doesn't stop. And you still have to finish this because it's a goal that you said, it's a goal that I said, and I was doing it. So 4 things, unexpected things I may add, I learned from the process. 1, making the decision to finish the dissertation was very important. In hindsight, this seems more clear. In the midst of it, I don't think I saw it as clear. And that may sound a little bit strange. It helps your brain to know there's no other thing. So you can cry and say you don't want to, whatever it is, kick and scream, but you made a commitment and you're doing it. And that's going to make it easier, or hopefully it makes it easier to say no to all these other things. You're taking this period of time, which most people take about a year out of your life where you're not going to be able to go out as much. You're not going to be able to hang out with people as much, do things like you used to do. It's going to be a very focus driven point in life, and you just have to make the decision to do so. You may have to say no to some things, but just know that it's not forever. It's temporary, and this goal is very important. And when it's done, you can go back to those things. But right now, it's about prioritizing and making a decision and staying to it. Number 2, write every day. Write something every day. Even if it's just a sentence, a paragraph, whatever. I knew someone who their goal was to write like 250 words every day, even if it was gibberish. But as long as it related somehow to the dissertation, that was more important. I tried to journal every day, so it wasn't necessarily like related to my dissertation, even though it always went to my dissertation because I was on such a tight timeline. And writing isn't always about typing on a keyboard. It could be that you're reading something, outlining something, but do something every day towards your dissertation. It creates a habit. It tells your brain that we're on a routine and this is what we do every day. And it makes it easier and easier as you sit down to write, because 3rd thing, which I don't think we think about a lot, is that your chair is on this journey with you as well. They're not there just sitting back waiting for you to turn in a draft so that they can read it right away and send it to you. Nope, they have other things they're doing too. They are teaching, they have their own research projects, their own writing projects, because even though you graduate and become doctor, their workload does not slow down, particularly if you decide to stay in academia as a faculty member. It's like you continue to be a doc student every day. You just get paid a little bit more, but it's the same. My chair sent out this lovely email, but she gave a very tight timeline of like, if you're graduating in May, here's what you need to hit. So remember I said that I started collecting data on January 3rd? Well, a full initial draft was due to her by March 6th. Or if we didn't hit that deadline, there was no graduating. So that would give her enough time to review things, to have time to read and give feedback, because you're not just going to write your dissertation and it's going to be perfect and then you're going to send it to your committee. No, there's going to be multiple drafts that you have to do. So March 6th would give enough time to give it to her, to get some feedback, to make the edits, to have time to send it to my committee so they can have 2 weeks to review it, schedule a defense date, and have time after the defense date to make edits to meet the deadline set by the graduate school so that I can then graduate. It's a lot of moving parts. You have a lot of moving parts. You have to give time for that. And people are not going to drop everything just because you decided to wait to the very last minute to write something and to give it, and you don't honor deadlines. Because your committee is on a journey with you too, and they have shit to do. And they're not going to drop their shit for your shit because you didn't plan. Tough love, but that's the truth. And the last thing, redefine your personal understanding of productivity. We would all like to say that we make a list and we achieved all the things that we want to do when we say we want to do. But the dissertation is still a hard process, no matter how much of a routine that you have, because some people are really good about having routines and making life very simple and setting boundaries, but you still are gonna have some lonely moments sometimes when you just don't want to, and that's okay. Sometimes you're gonna have to take some time out and cry. Sometimes you're gonna have to take a day out and binge watch a show on Netflix, and it's just it happens. And then other days you're going to have to work double time to meet that, and it's all a part of the process. But I'm saying that it's okay to send yourself some love and to be gracious with yourself, because you're not a machine. You can't just keep going, and you're human. But that doesn't mean that you slack off for weeks and weeks. It just means that some days nothing's going to happen, and that's okay. So there's more that I could say about the lessons that I learned and things that I went through and helpful tips, but I would say pretty much those are the 4 things. If you're struggling or you need some help or you want someone to bounce some ideas off, I'm here for you. I would love to talk to you. I offer 30-minute complimentary coaching sessions. You can email me at marvette@marvettelacey.com, or you can click the link below to schedule your own session. But I'm wishing you much love and success in this process, and I'm going to go for now, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.